Section 3. You will hear a student talking to a lecturer about an assignment. First you have some time to look at questions 21 to 25. Now listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 25.
Hello, Professor Brown. I'm really sorry to bother you, but I have a few questions about our marketing assignment. I know you've explained, but I'm still a bit confused about what we need to do.
That's fine, come in. It's your first assignment, isn't it? It can be a little bit difficult at first, but soon you'll get into the swing of things. So tell me, how can I help?
Now, I've got to write a report about a product of my choice. That I understand. I know I need to look at its strengths and weaknesses and other aspects, including other similar competitors, compare prices of similar products and analyse opportunities and threats for the product in the marketplace. Oh, and do an overall market analysis. It's quite daunting, though, you see, and I don't really know where to start.
Okay, well, you need to approach the task logically. First of all, of course, you've got to choose your product, do some research on the internet and the library, and choose one that you can easily find a lot of information about. And once you've decided, get together some information for your market analysis, and this means the facts and figures about who's buying the product, what proportion of the market share is held by the company, and so on. We have various market research journals online in the library, so you should be able to find the information you need.
Yes, I've done my research already in both of those areas. I have that information. I just wasn't sure what to do with it.
Good. Well, after you've completed those parts, you're almost ready to begin thinking about the strengths and weaknesses of the product itself. I recommend you do the competitor analysis first, though, as it'll make it easier to really be able to judge your own product. So do those two steps and then move on to comparing pricing. If you choose a common everyday product, maybe you can visit a few shops and supermarkets to see what's available in the same range and how the prices compare. Otherwise, once again, use the internet. The final stage of the research and planning is to consider all of the information you've collected and think about the opportunities and threats that relate to your product. For example, a threat could be change in government legislation, which might affect the market, or an opportunity could be selling online, for example.
Okay, I think that's clear now. So I get all my ideas together and then start writing the report.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 26 to 30. Now listen and answer questions 26 to 30.
So you're clear about how you need to structure your report?
Well, first of all, I think I was approaching the assignment in the wrong way. I was writing it in essay format, but now I can see I need to write a business report. The problem is I'm having difficulties deciding how to do it.
Yes, you do need to write a report and not an essay. You know, there's an excellent book in the library. It's called Building Academic Skills by Dr. John Kelly. He's a lecturer here, actually. And it clearly shows you what format you need to follow depending on what kind of assignment you're doing. You know, a case study, academic essay, report, and so on. The information on report writing is in Chapter 4 on pages 28 to 49. Read those through carefully and I'm sure everything will come much clearer. It's very important that you put the right information in the correct sections and also number your sections properly in a professional style.
So for a report, I need an executive summary, an introduction, my body section of the report, a conclusion section, and recommendations, don't I?
Yes, that's right.
I'm a bit confused about the difference between the introduction and executive summary. Aren't they almost the same thing?
No, not at all. The first should include information about what the report is about and how the research was carried out. However, the executive summary includes an overall view of the whole of the report and will even include a brief mention of your conclusions and recommendations. It can be hard to write, and of course you won't know what to say in it until the whole report is finished. You should therefore leave it until last.
Okay. makes sense.
And remember, it's extremely important that you reference any information you use from journals, the internet or any other source properly. You know, if you do not reference your work correctly, you can face charges of plagiarism, and that is extremely serious. It can even lead to you being expelled from the university.
Yes, I know. I'll try to be extremely careful. You know, the orientation week we had focused a lot on that. I'm almost certain I know what I should do.
Well, that's good to hear. Well, good luck, and remember you have 2 more weeks before the report's due in, and make sure you hand it in to reception no later than 4 p.m. on the 4th of February. Late submissions get penalised by 5% for each day late.
Oh, I won't be late. And thanks so much again for all your help.
That is the end of section 3. You now have half a minute to check your answers.